All right, Dr. G. John Dermeyer here. I'm psyched for this topic I've selected in going over the psychological aspects of NCAA Division I men's basketball players. I love this population, and I truly wish that I would have been a NCAA basketball player. This picture, oh man, it's iconic to me. First game of Bird and Magic, 1979 NCAA championship. I love the game of basketball. I watch it, and I played it competitively for 12 years, including 4 years of varsity in high school. I injured my back, which ended my career and sent me in a different direction. I actually thank the Lord for that direction that He sent me in. And I want to work with this population as an athletic trainer as my future career, and potentially I want to add sports psychology consultant to my resume, along with being an athletic trainer, because I think athletes need to be treated both cognitively, emotionally, and physically. So the environment for NCAA basketball players, it's a new environment. And I have a picture here of Coach John Wooden. He's one of the best coaches ever in NCAA basketball and in basketball in general. And this is his pyramid of success, and this is a mission statement to me of how to be successful. And what I really like that he taught his players is this quote by John Wooden. It says, "Success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming." So I like that because as a basketball player, coming into a new environment, you're knowing that you need to work on yourself and becoming the best that you can be for your team, and to not compare yourself to other players, but to work on yourself. So as a basketball player coming into a new physical environment, when they come to college, it's very structured. They have class, they have practice, they have travel, they have home and away games. And when they're on the court, they are in a loud, crazy environment that's high energy. And places such as Arizona State, that has the curtain of distraction, which is a very hard distraction to overcome cognitively as a basketball player. And then social, they have new friends and adjusting to new freedoms that come with being a college student. And then also family environment is important, as where these players are coming from, and are they getting the support in their new environment from their family. And I also put culture, because teams don't always have, you build culture within your team, but players come from different backgrounds. And like John Wooden, as a coach, he's a Christian man, and one of his best players' religion was Islam in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And their cultures mixed together because they had a mission to follow. So moving forward with the environment, you have to find out as a coach and as a player for yourself what motivates you? Are you intrinsically motivated? Are you motivated from things that come from within, or are you extrinsically motivated by things such as the fans or scoring for the fans, and also that comes very transitions into a desire to compete very well. Intrinsic and extrinsically driven players or motivated players can play for the love of the game, but it's for two different reasons. Fans are more of extrinsically motivated players are more motivated by the fan base compared to the intrinsically motivated. And then stresses within college basketball, they're not all basketball related. Eligibility within the sport, making sure that you're getting the grades you need and attending class, that you're not taking anything in your body that is not allowed by the NCAA. That's stressful to an athlete that may not be used to changing their diet. And then living away from home is a very big thing. The picture that I had of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, in this class I actually found out that Larry Bird dropped out after his freshman season at the University of Indiana. He was an Indiana Hoosier before he went to Indiana State, and he's one of the most tough mental basketball players to ever play the game. And his freshman year of college, he struggled because his environment was so different from the environment he grew up in. And that shows that it's very important for players to be reinforced. Coaches can reinforce players by giving them feedback on how they're working. And also the players need to reach out to coaches and have a desire for that feedback. And then also parents and family supporting players. Like Larry Bird, it worked at Indiana State because he lived closer to his family that lived in French Lick, Indiana, a small farming town. So now we'll move on to goal setting. Outcome goals, performance goals, and process goals. And within each of these, I've set short and long-term goals. So the first short-term goal for outcome is to win the first game. And that can be done by controlling the tempo of the game and playing strong defense, which creates offense. And then the long-term outcome goal is to win the league championship and make the NCAA tournament. And the goal there is to come out of regular season play with a record of 13-5, and to then win 3 tournament games in the league tournament. So performance goals, I decided to use working on percentage in shots in order to increase their goals or to increase their performance. And first, the short-term goal was to make 45% of the team's 3-point shots in the first game. And they would increase that over the summer and fall practice. And they would also use imagery to perfect their form of shooting. And then The more long-term would be to shoot 75 to 80% from the free throw line as a team in league play. And they would do that by shooting 500 shots a week and increasing their success over time. So, and then the process goal, this is my first process goal is each player needs to improve their defensive positioning in the first game. And how players would do that is to practice defensive drills and improve communication within the team. And each player increases, and then the long term would be each player increases their vertical jump by the end of the season, using plyometric exercise 3 times a week and improving core strength. So the mission statement that I picked was Philippians 4:13, which says, "I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me." I chose that because I truly believe it, that if we can have confidence in the Savior, that through Him we can do all things. And as a team, if you trust in Him, that will give you power and confidence. And players with confidence generally are winners. And that's why I selected that as my mission statement. What I learned in this class, I learned how to form a format for goals. I've always had long and short-term goals, but this class gave me a way to structure goals. I can break my goals up into not only short and long-term goals, but outcome, performance, and process goals. And what I want to learn about more in the future is how I can use positive imagery in sports. I also I've used that for a long time in my life. I was a 92% free throw shooter in high school. I hardly missed ever. And I used imagery without knowing that was had anything to do with sports psychology. I would lay in my bed and just think about how I shot. And I would shoot in the dark. And my form was really clean, and I never hardly missed. I think in my whole career I missed it was under 10 shots, I believe. So I want to learn how I can use that imagery that I've used my whole life, not only in sports but in the business sector. And I believe that imagery can be used in team building, and not only in sports, but in the workplace. And I would like to see where that goes. So this is my reference page. Dr. G, I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. I have really loved your class. I've taken psychology classes in the past, and I actually didn't like them. And this class, I could tell that you cared about your trade, and it's broadened my horizons. And I hope that I can learn more, and I'm excited. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one. Thank you.